right, ladies and gentlemen, another episode of Everything at Random. Greetings to my fellow wanderers of randomness. Today's episode is it's the usual banter, but it's not the usual banter. It's about navigating through life when the compass goes haywire. You know what I mean? It's like being handed like a deck of cards, and there are a lot more extra wild ones in that deck than you expect. Okay. Um, and I know we said we're gonna start off the year, being resilient, being strong. Like if we fall off a little bit, it's gonna get hard. And I just want to remind you that it will get hard. It's not gonna get easier. Um, Things will happen that's going to throw off like the things that you are trying to do, or you started like doing, and you're trying to maintain whatever it is. It's like, I understand there's always going to be some unforeseen challenges in our life. And you know what? Hard times make harder people. And I want you to know that. But to give you a little insight, within the short span, it's only like the beginning of the year, a dynamic shift happened. My father's struggle with dementia has become an unexpected focal point demanding my care. And when I say this, life threw me a curveball. My mom ended up in the hospital. She had a mild heart attack. One of her valves are not working, and she is the backbone to the family. I think most mothers are. I would say, and I found she's ended up in the hospital, but I found myself taking care of my father because I don't think anybody else knows or can handle being around my father that long. It's like playing Jenga, you know what I mean? Like you pull one piece, all of a sudden everything shifts. So it's been hard. My mom's getting better and everything like that, but um, it was troubling. Like I had to take care of him for a pretty long time, for about a week or so. And you know how we start off the year and we go like, we got to do this, that, and the third, and we're trying to stay steadfast and handle those things. But in the midst of what's going on, I find myself juggling, searching for a job, contemplating my next steps in careers, relentlessly working on myself to improve myself. Because I mentioned, like, I know I have toxic traits. I know I do certain things wrong. It's like being self-aware is is like a big fucking job, but now you got to throw on taking care of somebody else or dealing with issues. And I want you to know, like, it's like spinning fucking plates. Each one's representing like a different focal point of your life, hoping like nothing comes crashing down. Like I'm trying to spin all these plates. So it's a balancing act. Like I need you to know that like you have to give not all your attention to one thing, but like your attention to many things in life. And it's going to get hard. And for people who are who feel me on these points, that are like, yo, I gotta really focus on this. Don't put all your focus on that, because you have to live your life in other aspects. You have to enjoy life. You have to work. You have to take care of your family. You know what I mean? Like you have to take care of yourself. Um, those are the things like I found myself struggling with, like juggling all these things. Like I'm during the time that I'm watching my father and this is happening, like I lined up interviews for myself, which unfortunately I missed out on some, and I was able to see some, but not the ones I wanted to see. Um, s- and I don't know if you know what it's like taking care of an individual that doesn't know how to take care of themselves, but it's like having, if you have a child, and I get up super early, make sure he eats, make sure he takes all his pills, make sure he showers, he's shaved, he's good, he's dressed, he feels comfortable, anything he needs. Then you come next. But understand, this all started off at like 6 in the morning. You know what I mean? Because like actually earlier, because I had interviews. when this all happened, like I already said, oh, I'm gonna go and hit these interviews hard. I had to get up super early to make sure he was good, to find somebody to be able to watch him for a little bit, to make sure he's fed. Here's a snack, here's his pills, here's everything that he needs. All he does is just, we put him in front of the TV, what I mean? He's good, like just talks to him a little bit, make sure he eats and takes his vitamins, and he may need assistance going in and out of the bathroom. And that's it. Um, but juggling that, it was hard. Um, like mentally it's challenging because it's like I see the man that would argue with me and go back and forth with me, and not to say we didn't have the best relationship, yes, but I know there's certain things inside of me that's built inside of me that says like I have to do this. You know what I mean? That's my father. No matter what. Like I don't care how much you dislike a person or whatever it is. Like family is family, and you have to be there for them. Um, but yeah, I finding strength in the struggle, like being the primary caregiver for my father for even just a week, emotionally taxing. Witnessing my mother during this time, she's been doing this for a year, and to me it showed me like the depth of true love. Like she's been taking care of my father, dropped everything to take care of him. And that's the definition of true love. Like honestly, she doesn't want to put him in any other place, which she could, or get extra help, but she always feels as though she's the one who's going to care for him, how he's going to care for him. And I understand that, but it's taxing. It's taxing. It's a stark reminder that love in its truest forms often demands sacrifices, significant sacrifices that I see my mom makes. In these moments that there's turmoil or there's problems, like I see there's a light. I see there's things that I can learn from, that it makes it challenging for me to find the jobs or do what I have to do and take care of somebody else. But I see what I can learn from it, and I can grow from it. And I think in my earlier ages, like I would never realize it. I would never care as much as I do now. When they say the older you get, the wiser you are, but like truly, you've seen a lot, you've been through a lot. And sometimes it's not enough. Like you're always learning. Like I'm learning about love in so many different ways. And I love my mom for loving my father that much, to have that depth of love, because I don't think we know what that is. They went through their hard times and they struggled with each other. And sh- here she is taking care of him 24/7, hand and foot, taking care of him before she takes care of herself, because she ended up in a hospital. I'm like, when's the last time you've been to a doctor? She's taking him to the doctor, and she's like, maybe 2 years. But in the midst of all this, like I find like certain moments, like I said, um, I found this moment with my father out of nowhere. Like I gave him a bath and everything. I'm making sure he's good, and he's crying, and I just didn't understand it. Like I'm like, yo, you good? You're all right. You're all right. And in my mind, I start playing all these things. Like, why is he crying? And then he just says, "I'm sorry." You know, I'm sorry that you have to do this, or perhaps his condition or the burden. And it hit me, reflecting on the profound truths of life's journey, right? And I'm navigating through this with the love that I have for my father, the love I have for my family as my guiding light. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. Um, I don't know what I'm doing. Like slowly trying to figure it out, and like it's hard. Mhm. It's hard because it's like You don't know what's gonna happen next. I'm sorry, I'm messing with the camera and stuff like that, and it's just like it picks up on certain things. It hit me hard when he said I was sorry. It just so many things ran through my mind because, like I said before in my last episode, he said I love you, and he's saying he's sorry, and he's saying all these things, and these are things I wanted from him for years, and I just didn't know how to take it, and it's just like I'm just looking at him. I'm like, it's okay. We're gonna get through this. It's all right. This experience fuels a renewed commitment to my hard work, to be healthier and to strive for a future that holds promises. When I say that, it's like I see how my father is. Like I'm like I have to be I have to be stronger for my family. I have to work harder so that I can be there for them more than ever during these hard times because it's like I realize I'm the oldest, so I have to take on a certain amount of responsibilities. You know what I mean? And other people have things going on, so I have to strive to do the right thing. And also, when I say healthier, because I don't want to be a burden on anybody else. Not saying that's what he is, but I don't want to be that. I want to be strong enough to be there for my kids, strong enough to be there for my loved ones. Maybe my wife one day, you know? And I know one day that we may have to take care of each other, but like I don't want it to be so early. I want to laugh, I want to smile, I want to just be there with each other. Life is relentless, but you have to remind yourself your dedication, your determination has to be even stronger. I'm not just trying to be stronger, like I said, just for the family that I have, but for the family I might have one day. So I'm trying my best. And then while I'm dealing with all this, I'm observing my mom's dedication. It serves like a universal lesson. It echoes truth that we should all embrace the importance of loving ourselves enough to endure life's grinds. Because you have to love yourself to say, you know what, I'm going to keep on doing this. I'm going to keep on pushing through. Her commitment to my father mirrors the love we should all cultivate, not only for ourselves, but for the things that we truly want. Yeah, things are not going to be always perfect, but we have to strive to do better. You know what I mean? We have to strive and understand the importance to taking care of the people that we love, taking care of ourselves. And we have to put ourselves first because, like, how can we love somebody so much if we don't love ourselves so much? You know what I mean? Um, and I said I was going to take some time off, which I did. It's just I think I needed to get this off my chest. Like it's been a hard week. Like I said, I don't think you know what it's like taking care of an individual unless you have a child or if you've gone through what I'm going through. Just that week was it's been crazy. And during all this, I'm dealing with my own things. I'm trying to figure out me. I'm trying to be at peace with myself and trying to grow. It's not easy, but I want you to know that you're not alone. And I'm always going to remind you that as you navigate through these uncharted waters of this year, I want a gentle reminder that it's okay not to have all the answers. Sometimes you got to embrace the chaos, put on a smile, keep moving forward. It's not about looking back with regret because if I keep on looking back of what life was or how it could have been and should have been, I'll be stuck. It's about doing better today. Stay resilient, like I said about the year. Stay focused and always keep the randomness rolling. Like nothing nothing is going to be the same. You know what I mean? It's always going to be changing. It's always going to be you're always going to be evolving, you know? I just want you to know that like I'm going through it with you guys and yeah, the episodes are not as frequent as we like and I'm not doing it as frequently as I like. But we have life. And I know you do too. And I know you're striving to make sure that this is your year. Remember, this is to be better, not a new you, but to be a better you. And not everybody's going to see those changes, to see what you've done. And we don't look for validation. We shouldn't look for validation in others or anything like that. Just know that you're doing the right thing. You're doing good. What everybody else has to say it doesn't really matter. As long as you feel good of what you're doing and that you know it's true, I think that's what matters the most. That being said, I love you, Ma. I love you, Pop. Like I just want you guys to be good. And I'm not hard on you guys or I don't call you enough or anything like that because I just don't care. It's because fucking bell. It's because I love you and I love hard and I want to see the best for you guys. So that's it. You guys be safe. Hopefully your New Year's or whatever you've been doing has been good. Um, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Like, follow, subscribe, watch the whole nine.